So, hi, it's not Young Lamb, and today I want to talk about, there was a movie that came out this weekend. It goes by the name of Scoob. Now, Scoob, let me tell you, my thoughts on Scoob were kind of mixed. I thought it was an okay movie. So, basically, I thought about Scoob is it was an okay movie. Now, the way I'm going to be reviewing this movie is the good parts, the bad parts, or the middle parts. The middle part means like I really couldn't either couldn't care less, or I just don't care for it. So let's start with the good. The good about Scoob is kind of like the vibe you get from it. Scoob, because it's been 16 years since Scooby-Doo has been in theaters, because all the movies either got straight to video releases or they're just animated movies, but there hasn't been a movie that came out in theaters that was based on Scooby-Doo since 2004, which was Scooby-Doo 2, Monsters Unleashed. And although those movies had their fair share of problems, I think this one, it kind of does a better job of telling a story compared to the other two, because they had a planned story. And what the director said he wanted to make it I feel after seeing the movie, I think yeah, he accomplished that goal. He said he wanted to make a movie where because every Scooby-Doo movie, Scooby and Shaggy, they're kind of there, and then they become vital towards the end of the movie. But this movie kind of allowed Scooby and Shaggy to be the main characters, and I really like that. Yeah, I kind of like how they introduced the Shaggy meeting Scooby, because although we knew, it's kind of of a refresher for people who don't remember how they met, and B, for kids new to Scooby-Doo. Now we're gonna be talking about the bad part of Scoob. Here's the thing about Scoob. If you're gonna pay for a Scooby-Doo movie, I feel you should pay for a Scooby-Doo movie. And that's not really what Scoob does, because it says Scoob in the title, but it's not even really a Scooby-Doo movie. For the first 15 minutes, it feels yes, Scooby-Doo, it's Scooby-Doo. After the 15 minutes, after the Blue Falcon takes Scooby and Shaggy to beat Dick Dastardly, that's kind of where the movie, and I feel other people who have said that in their reviews, but that's where the movie stopped being a Scooby-Doo movie and kind of died on me. Because the movie is an hour and 30 something minutes, and I'm pretty for 90%, 85% of the movie, Scooby and Shaggy are separated from the rest of the gang, and that didn't really fit well with me. With someone who grew up with Scooby-Doo and grew up with the animated movies, the live action movies, it was just kind of different. I feel they wanted to experiment with that, and I understand why they would want to experiment with that, but it just didn't work. Now, the biggest problem with Scoob, and I think this is everyone, and I said it doesn't feel like a Scooby-Doo movie. It feels more like a Hanna-Barbera movie, because my analogy of Scoob is, it's You know how Spider-Man and Black Panther, they were introducing Captain America Civil War and then got their own movie? It's kind of like that, but what if the Avengers were like the first movie before like Iron Man, Captain America, Thor, Hulk? It's kind of like what Scoob was. It was setting up what's gonna happen in the future rather than focusing on like the group it already had. That just kind of killed it. And yes, I like these characters because I grew up with them. Like, and I know like a bunch of older people who like grew up with them, went to go see this, and then they were loving it. But like for me, looking for a Scooby-Doo movie, this didn't mix well because like you had like Captain Caveman, Dynamite, Blue Falcon, and then Scooby-Doo, and then during the credits they teased even more. So I just don't like how they try to set up their universe. So like that was pretty much the movie. They just tried to set up the Hanna-Barbera cinematic universe, and I didn't really like that. Now the middle is the middle. I feel like it'd be the jokes and like the plot. So I'm gonna start with the plot. It was an understandable plot. Like you could follow it, but there's just certain points during the plot where like they just kind of throw like ABC stories at you. Like, Scooby and Shaggy are trying to find like the three skulls so they could stop Dick Dastardly. The B story is Dick Dastardly is trying to get the skulls and Scooby-Doo so that he could like get treasure. In the C story, it's like Daphne, Fred, and Velma, they try to fight for Scooby-Doo. I don't know why I said Scoob. And I just don't really see sometimes an ABC story works. And yeah, although all the stories kind of concluded in the same way, it still didn't work. And another thing that I didn't say that I feel mixed about was, but another thing that was kind of mixed was the voice actors. Yes, I get it. It's Warner Brothers. They want to pull as much money as they could with this movie. But I feel like it's kind of unfair to the people who have been voicing these characters for years to not even tell them that they're gonna get replaced by like Fred. They didn't tell Frank. Although Frank Welker was Scooby-Doo, he also plays Fred. And then he was never. I don't think he was ever told that he's gonna get replaced by Zac Efron until they started recording the lines. And Matthew Lillard kind of came out like he was kind of disappointed in Warner Brothers for like not letting him play Shaggy. And it's kind of unfair if you really think about it. I mean, yeah, there were some disagreements, but I don't think you should be taking away the people who have been voicing these characters, the people who have who know these characters like the back of their hand, just because you wanted someone new. And the thing is, I feel like the voice actors didn't even try. I feel like the only people who actually tried to sound like their characters were Velma and Daphne. No disrespect to all the actors that were involved, but I don't know, I just feel like it'd be a much better movie if the original voice actors were there. And then the last thing that was in the middle for me were the jokes. Now I won't spoil the movie too much, but I feel like sometimes in kids movies there's a specific quota that you need It's not neat, but that quota you didn't even need it. That shit was studios assume you need. So what I'm glad is that there wasn't as many fart jokes. But some, and then I will admit there were some jokes. There were some jokes that landed for me, and they made me laugh. Like, actually I can't say, but like, and then there was some jokes where they were really cringy. They were really bad. Like, there was a joke about how, like, it was basically them talking about Netflix subscriptions, and I get what they were going for, but it just didn't work well. And then there was the jokes that were so bad that they were funny. But yeah, that's basically what I had to tell you about Scoob. So if I were to give it a rating, I'd probably give it like 6 out of 10. Yeah, like 6 out of 10. Like, my final notes is like, if you're a Hanna-Barbera movie fan, then this is the movie for you. But if you go into this expecting a good Scooby-Doo film, I can't really help you there. But anyways, that's all I have to say about Scoob.